Welcome back in your computer science class. I hope all of you are doing good at home, right? Let's begin our today's class. Today we are going to discuss about some popular wearable gadgets. But children, before discussing about wearable gadgets, let's brush up your knowledge about computer memory, which you have studied in previous class, right? Can you tell me what is a computer memory? Computer memory is a memory device or system in where computer stores its all data or information and instructions. Computer memory has two types. First is primary memory, another one is secondary memory. Right? Let's see what is primary memory. Primary memory also has two types, RAM and ROM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory and ROM stands for Read Only Memory. Children, for understanding primary memory better, you should know about IPO cycle. Let's recall about the IPO cycle. There you may see a storage device is connected with processing unit. For what, children? For storing the values of calculation in storage device or in RAM. Process, like whatever calculations happen in processing unit, it stores the values of those calculation in RAM, random access memory. But children, here's the thing. It saves that data, but it saves that data for temporary purpose. Okay? An example if I give you for this, suppose you have drawn a nice car in paint. Okay, you have drawn that car completely, but you didn't save that and suddenly the power goes off. Now what? What will happen, children? When you will restart your computer, will the drawing be there? No, children. That car drawing will not be there because it's saved as temporary and when the power went off, it also got deleted, right? Then, thus we can say RAM or random access memory stores the data but temporary. Okay. Next comes read only memory or ROM. It also stores the data and the plus point is it stores the data for permanent. But children, you cannot make changes in ROM. Like once you have put all the instructions in it, you cannot make any changes afterwards. Let's take an example. Tell me, can you change the process of shutting down the computer? No, right? Every time when you want to shut down your computer, you'll have to click on power button, you'll have to click on shutdown button. Like whatever the process of your computer has to shutting down the computer, you will have to follow that always, right? So this was an example. So in read only memory, we can say all the instructions which are needed to booting up in computer we stored in read only memory. Okay, and since it is stored once for once and all, it is called predefined instructions and you cannot make changes in it, right children? But that's not fair, right? We have two types of memory, random access memory and read only memory. One saves the data temporarily but we can make changes in it. Another one saves the data permanently but we cannot make changes in it. Then for what? Like what is the benefit of it for saving the data? There, for that we have secondary memory. Okay, in secondary memory we can make changes, we can store the data permanently. These are some plus points. For example, examples of secondary memories are hard disk, CDs or DVDs or pen drive or cloud storage. Nowadays they are very famous like Drive, Google Drive and all. Okay, these were some example of secondary memory. So this is it children, this was a brief explanation about computer memory and its parts. Now let's move on to our today's main topic, wearable gadgets. We all love to use gadgets. Who doesn't? Right? Gadgets are very much attractive. But tell me, do you know the meaning of gadgets? Gadgets are small mechanical or electronic device or tool, especially ingenious or novel one. See, you will understand the meaning of mechanical or electronic, right? You are in class 5. But here these two new terms have come. Ingenious or novel. The meaning of both are same. What is it? Smart or inventive or original. So children, if an easy language if I'll explain, gadgets are designed to do unique tasks which other device can't do. Right? So this is the meaning of gadget. Some example if I talk about computer, mobile phones, tablets, right? All these are the examples of gadgets. Then do you know our computer also has some features related to gadgets like clock, calendar, currency converter, CPU meter and weather, etc. So these all were examples of gadgets. Now let's finally talk about wearable gadgets. Gadgets here you have understood, right? Now what do you understand by the term wearable? Wearable means which you can wear. So in the case of gadgets, we can wear gadgets on our wrist, neck and like a piece of jewelry. There are n number of gadgets in the market, but today's class will discuss few most popular gadgets which we all use, like fitness tracker, smart watches and head mounted display. Right? Let's begin with fitness trackers. Fitness trackers are bands or watches which keep a count of number of steps which we take every day, or it keeps the count of calories which we burn daily. Right? Few of them can measure the parameters like pulse rate or heart rate. Right? So this is all about fitness trackers, and there are many brands of fitness trackers. One famous example of that is Fitbit. Right? Now, next is smartwatches. The smartwatches connected with the smartphones, and it keeps us updated about our notifications and messages. Right? That is why we call it smartwatch, because through this we can make calls, we can send messages, we can listen to music, we can read the news and whatnot. This is why it is called a smartwatch, right? Many are there, and the famous example of this is Apple Watch, right? This is all about smartwatch. And next is head mounted display. A head-mounted display or HMD is worn on head or as a part of helmet. And what is the use of it? It has a small display area. It shows the thing on that small screen. Right? Few of them must have used it in while playing virtual reality games, right? Or 7D or 5D, right? Apart from that, it also has usage on many other areas like military, aviation, medical or engineering areas, right? So this is all about head-mounted display, and the famous example of it is Google Glass. Yes children, so these were few most popular wearable gadgets. What are they? Fitness tracker, smartwatch and HMD or head mounted display. These gadgets we all, like most of us, are using nowadays, right?
This is why, children, you can easily relate to the functions of these gadgets because most of us are using this, right? But if some of you cannot catch the functions, cannot understand the functions, for that I am going to show you some short clips. There I'll show you the functions of these gadgets. Which gadgets, children? Fitness tracker, head mounted display, and smartwatches. Now I'm going to show you the clip one by one. Let's begin with fitness trackers. Before showing its function, children, let me explain you again this fitness trackers in short. Fitness trackers are bands or watches that keep a count of the number of steps which we take every day and the calories we burn. Some fitness trackers may monitor parameters such as pulse rate and heart rate, and the most familiar example for that is Fitbit. So, without any further ado, let's see a fitness tracker's function one by one. Look at this first one, children. The first thing it is showing is time, quarter to 9. Obviously, it's a watch, so it's supposed to show the time, right? Now, the second thing underneath it, calories, like how many calories you will burn, it will show in fitness trackers. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Next are pulse rate and heart rate. In this image, children, you can see this Fitbit is showing pulse rate, which means in Fitbit you can check your pulse rate as well as heart rate. After that, next thing is stopwatch. We all know what is stopwatch, right? But in the case of fitness tracker, we can check like how much time we took in our exercise or in our cardio. Okay, so these were some important functions of Fitbit. Apart from there, nowadays there are many other functions also, but the main functions of fitness tracker were these only. Now let's move on to next wearable gadget, smart watches. This also I'll explain in brief, then we'll see its functions. The smartwatches connect with the smartphones and keep you updated with notifications and messages. We can make calls, we can send messages, we can read news, and we can listen to music through it. And it may also include the functions of fitness trackers. Most popular example of smartwatch is Apple Watch. Alright, children, since it's a smartwatch, we all know it can perform n number of tasks, and I cannot explain all of them, right? So I'll give you few examples of its functions. Like you can set reminders, you can schedule any meeting by the help of this, you can check your messages, and you can operate other options related to messages. Such things you can do in smartwatch. Next important function is you can make calls by the help of smartwatch, right? And they can also perform the other functions of fitness trackers as well. Right, so once you have purchased smartwatch, you need not to purchase a fitness tracker or Fitbit, right? So these were some important functions we can say which we use in smartwatch. Now we'll move on to our last wearable gadget of today's topic, head mounted displays. A head mounted display, also known as HMD, is a display device worn on the head, as you can see in this GIF, or it can be worn as a part of helmet, and it has a small display areas. HMDs are used in virtual reality gaming or VR gaming and aviation purpose and in military and medical and engineering areas. The most popular example of head mounted displays is Google Glass. Children, the range of HMDs used is wide. I cannot explain each and every of them, but I'll show you few examples of its uses. The most convenient example for you is like you can place your phone inside it and you can watch anything you want. It will feel like it is real because after wearing this, you cannot see anything but HMD's display. Right, so because of this, because HMD, you can watch movies, you can watch any videos of your phone. Now, next example, and it could be your favorite because it is a virtual reality gaming by the help of HMD. Like when you use HMD for playing game, it feels like it is real. Like you are playing the game virtually, but it feels like you're playing it in real, and because of that, your adventure increases. Okay, your excitement increases because it feels like it is real. All right, children, these were few examples which you will enjoy in HMD. But there are few examples more which benefit the major fields like aviation, military. Yes, children, you heard me right. In military also HMD helps a lot. And it also helps in the field of medical. And at last, we can say HMDs are used in engineering areas also. Yes, children. So these were some short clips regarding wearable gadgets. I hope you enjoyed them.
Children, now I'm going to show you a copy work. Do that work in your rough copy. And children, remember one thing, your next activity will be based on this today's class as well. So, do your work neatly and nicely. Okay? Thank you.
Yes, children. Now I'll show you the copy work. Children, till now you have understood that you need not work copy. Right. Children, in today's activity, I have given only one question, but this is important because your next activity will be based on this question. Okay, so write it and understand it properly. So, your question number one is, what is gadget? Give any three examples of wearable gadgets. Also, write a short note about each of them. And answer starts a small mechanical or electronic device or tool, especially an ingenious, is called gadget. Three most popular wearable gadgets are as follows, and I think till now you have learned it, right? The three most popular gadgets are fitness trackers, smart watches, and head mounted display. Now we'll explain them in brief one by one. First is fitness trackers. They are bands or watches that keep a count of the number of steps we take each day and calories we burn. Okay, they are simply designed to keep a track of our steps and the calories which we are burning. The most popular example is Fitbit. Next is smart watches. The smart watches connect with the smartphones and keep us updated with notifications and messages. We can make calls, we can send messages, we can read news, and we can listen to music. Example, Apple Watch. And now the last one, head mounted displays. It is also known as HMD. It is a display device worn on the head or as a part of helmet and has a small display area. It is used in virtual reality gaming, aviation, military, medical and engineering areas. Okay, and the main example of it is Google Glass. So, children, I have given only one question, but this one question is important for your activity work, so do it properly and in a nice way. Okay, this is it for today's class. Have a nice day. Thank you.